So there's a lot of black women
Why
and
are they brokies? Yeah, the system, they're brokies. You know why they're brokies.
okay, let's address that Brokey's thing real quick. If black women and black men on average, not talking about Noble, not talking about Brittany, not talking about people in our circle, not talking about
Fair.
our friends, why if black women and black men on average are making damn near the same amount of money, both making like a little less than 42,000, how are black women out here calling black men brokies?
What?
And you know what? But before you answer, because this is what I want. What do you have to say about all the black women that are talking about divesting right now, Britt? Because in 2021, um, of black men and women that were married, 85% of black men were married to a black woman. 8% were married to a white woman, and 4% were married to a Hispanic woman. 3% were married to other. For black women, 93% were married to a black man, 4% were married to a white man, 2% to Hispanic, and 1% to other. So these black women that are talking about divesting, what are they talking about? Because clearly, when they are getting married, which only like 1 out of 4 of them are getting married, 9 out of 10 of them are getting married to a black man. In the
Hmm.
same way you said that the like black man that like gets the white woman that gets Becky, he's gonna get like the bottom feeder Becky. Can we say that for the same thing for black women and white men? Like, do black women really think that like Cody's mom wants him to bring Ayana home? Do black women really think that Katia's or Hector's dad and Hector's mom wants him to bring Kiera home? Like, do they really think that? I, I'm
No, but I
I'm
think,
asking you.
but I think black women are living in that reality. But I think black men are like just waking up to that reality. I think and it does stem from slavery, right? Of course, black women in slavery were always the gaze of the white man's eye, and that's why you had so many mixed children of coming out of slavery, and we didn't want to be a part of that. Versus black men were treated like Emmett Till if they even looked at a white woman. So once they got the opportunity, felt like it was some type of revolutionary thing. Versus black women, we don't feel like it's a revolutionary thing. We actually don't care to look at it as a status symbol or a come up where black men do. And it all stems from slavery. It does. It's a psychological pass down. So that would explain that. But yeah, at the end of the day, I just think, it's
Britt, you
unfortunate that
telling
there's
me
this. I'm sorry, go
you're
ahead.
telling me that the black women that are out here talking about divesting, you're telling me that they are the black women that we're talking about divesting in 2022, and even at the top of 2023, this same group of black women that are talking about divesting because there's just no good black men out here. They're broke, they're uneducated. They say we just I'm an educated black woman. I just can't find an educated black man that's at my level, and they're talking about divesting. You're telling me, Britt, that they're talking about divesting because of slavery.
No, I'm not saying they're talking about divesting because of slavery. Obviously, they're talking about divesting because their personal experience as black men. But I'm saying in the general sense, because I feel like that is a minority, to be honest. Black women are tending to look for black men. Black
So,
men are definitely more coveted.
so all these black women nowadays are talking about how they're the most educated. They're getting all these degrees, bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, doctorate degrees. Despite black women, being the most educated, as they say, why are they still like the least paid in this country? And you know but that goes into my next question. Why so my next question is, why do you think so many black babies are being born out of wedlock? But like, again, if they're so educated and smart and accomplished and successful and all this stuff, why is like they like to refer to them, Pookie and Ray Ray and Ladarius and Keontae and all these guys, why are they getting game run on them by men that got third grade reading levels? Like, why are they letting men that literally don't got degrees and all these accomplishments and successes that they say that they have? Why are these the men that they're getting impregnated by?
Well, I think that actually proves the point of the last thing, that actually black men are coveted, even if there are Pookies and Ray Rays and they don't have degrees and they don't have this, down, and third. Black women still prefer to marry and have children with black men overall. Um, why are they getting game run on them? I just, unfortunately, as many different systems of society that we try to create, biology is biology. These women want to procreate. Their biological clocks are ticking. They feel it, whether they want to admit it or not, and that's why they entertain these various situations that are worse, that aren't worth their time, and then they aren't. I do agree with the statement that they aren't necessarily taught by the previous generation how to filter properly. And that's a big issue in our community. And even amongst my friends, when I say certain things to them, um, there's pushback with them wanting to potentially have a child with somebody that they're not married to, and they know I'm gonna be like, no, they already know. They already like, and before you say something, and I'm like, but it shouldn't be before I say something. That should be a standard for you too. You should have protection for your family. Um, but it's become a thing where people just think whatever, unfortunately.
So if you say that, you know, the whole having kids by a man that they're not married to, and not being taught how to, you use the word filter, but I guess you could also say vet the proper men.
Right.
Is it safe to say, is it fair to say that, going back to my first question, that a lot of their mothers, their grandmothers, their aunties, all these women that, they grew up with, that they also didn't properly like vet men, and then black women just haven't, for whatever reason, been able to properly vet men from the beginning of time? Is this safe to say that then?
Um, I would say yes, it comes from the teaching of their mothers and their fathers, or the lack of having a father. Or if they had a father, their father didn't participate in the vetting process. There are a lot of cultures where women are better protected than black women. And you can't even take a picture with their daughter, even if you are engaged. The only time you can take a picture with her is if you are family or married to her. You can't even, because they don't even want you to pretend that you hit it, that you're claiming it, that anything. And we don't have that type of protection from our fathers or our brothers or our male cousins to shut that down. And that's something that does need to be implemented in our culture, where our men do need to be more protective of our women. It doesn't have to be your child. It could be your sister. It could be your little cousin. And you're like, oh, who are you talking to? Where are you going? What does he want to do? I'm coming too. But we don't have that. So it's more than just the women, it's all of us. We all have to participate in it in order for our next generation to be better protected, to have generational wealth, to actually break these generational curses. It can't just be one-sided. It's family. We have to protect each other. That's the problem.